Hey everybody, this is Guy from wanderlust&free, and today is solar day. So we're getting everything ready. It's not the warmest day, but that's okay. It's also a little bit cloudy, which is going to work nicely for working up on top of the roof of the trailer. So today is solar day. We're putting the solar panels up on the trailer. You can see here we're getting the trailer ready. Got the ladder back there. Just there's a little bit of moisture on top of the roof, so I don't want to slip and fall, but I don't think it's that wet, so I think we're going to be okay that way. So got the panels all ready, as you saw the other day. So it has been a couple of days at least, I think. I can't remember exactly now, but life gets busy and we got stuff to do. So over at my oldest son's house, helping him with some wiring up of the generator, the old generator that we used to have. You get underneath the deck right there is a box, and that is where our generator used to be. It's just a portable one, wasn't a permanent, like an inner whatever it's called one. And so brought that generator over to my son's house and wired up a few things in his house, like the water heater and the water pump and the furnace, and then the dedicated plug for the fridge and all that good stuff in an emergency. And so I was doing that for a couple of days, plus put some solar on his outdoor garden shed, so he's got some power in there as well. But now it's time to get back to work because we've got less than 2 weeks. We got less than 2 weeks before we're out of here and on to our adventure. And with my wife Danielle and our little cat Peaches. So we got to get going. We got a lot of work to do, and it's no time. There's no more fooling around time. So today is solar day. I'm just getting, where are we here? Got the table, as you probably saw in the last video, got the table all full of stuff here, ready to go. Over here, got even more tools and other stuff ready to go. So just getting organized. I'm going to put some tools and the tape and the Dicon and all that good stuff up there, and the drill and the nut runner and the screws for screwing down the Z brackets, and yeah, we'll get started here momentarily. Well, I almost forgot to mention, also going to be installing a cell booster up on top of the back of the trailer so that we can enhance our cell signal. Right now, that's the only internet we're going to be going with is cellular. The cellular networks in Canada aren't too bad. Even in Nova Scotia, where it's mostly rural, we get to cell most places, no problem. We're not going to go with Starlink right now. Not sure if we will. Well, I'll just have to wait and see how it goes. So I got a booster. I'll show it here in a second. And I'm going to be putting that up as well, to take care of those both things, because I've got a pass-through. I've got a pass-through unit here. So, and it's got two. So I'm not only am I going to pass through the solar through one of these, I've got another one too that I'll pass through or I might try and combine the two of them in one. I don't know if I'm going to have room or not. See, that's going to be today's dilemma, isn't it? So we already have something. So we have something that could go wrong. And I'm going to pass the solar down through that. And I also need, maybe I can put two together in there. I know that might be a bit of a leak path to put two in there. And here comes a helicopter. I don't know if you can hear that. Just a search and rescue one, but it's just no search and rescue stuff that I know of today. Just we don't live too far away from the ocean here. It's getting pretty loud. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, I'll show you this cell booster in a second here. But yeah, that's our only internet at the moment. We're just going with the cellular data. We both have a pretty good package through TELUS, and it's a family plan. So we have that, and all we're going to do is just try and boost the signal so that we have good internet. If push comes to shove, we'll visit Starlink, but that's down the road a little bit. I'll show you the system here. So here it is here. I went with Sunford, and it comes with the antenna, the booster, and an inside antenna. And this one should meet my needs. There's a bracket here. It's actually meant to like connect to a ladder or whatever, but it's got 4 bolts in it, so I'll be able to just screw that to the back of the trailer. That'll make it secure back there. Then there's the antenna here. There's the antenna here that would fit in through the bracket. That's the antenna. It's not a really high one. I didn't want to go with a high one. I don't think we're going to need it. But that goes there, and then there's the booster kit there. And there's an inside antenna somewhere. Actually, it might be, let's see. That's the inside antenna unit there. That's all there is to that. And I'm going to be installing that today too, since I'm going to be up on the roof. All right, stay tuned for some fun. All right, we're up on the roof now, as you can see. Up on the roof here, and just getting ready to put on the solar. Got my helper down here somewhere. There she is down there. Danielle, my wife. All right, so as you can see here, right here, there's the AC unit we installed a little while ago. I'm just going to set the tripod up there. Basically, here, I'll flip it around here, show you what I got to do. All right, so we're going to start over in this corner, which is the back of the trailer. We've got 2 100-watt solar panels, which I'm going to connect in parallel, and that will basically upgrade those 2 100 watts up to the 200 watts, so they're all basically 200. And then for the rest, it's going to be so basically a 100 watt there, 100 watt there, and then 200s across the side, a 100 across the front, and then 2 more 200s across here back to the skylight, and that's it. And then connect that all together so that, as I said, the 2 100-watt panels are going to be in parallel, and then all the other 200-watt panels are going to be in series, and then I'll connect those 2 100-watt parallel panels in series with the rest. Everything will be in series, and then I have to drill a hole somewhere here in the roof. I've got the pass-throughs. Where are they? Somewhere. Oh, they're still back down on this table. And drill down through the roof, all the way down to underneath the trailer, then along the bottom of the trailer, up into the front end of the storage area where the inverter and the batteries are going to be. Okay, so that's what we're doing next. So I'm going to set you up on the AC unit here and get to work. And I just wanted to show you real quick, these are the parallel cables that you can buy to hook up stuff in parallel. Makes it really easy. So I'm just going to do that right now. Sorry, I forgot to push play again to keep recording, but so we got those 2 over there, the 2 100 watts that are already connected in parallel. And then I've also installed the 200 watt panels. Got one there, one there. There's one that's going to be in the middle. I'm realizing now that that Wi-Fi antenna is going to put like a constant shadow over top of that, pretty much, but that's okay. These are actually what are they called? Shadowflux. So they're actually designed to work with shadow things like little shadows like that, so it won't really affect it. And then ultimately put a couple more right here, as I already mentioned. So now I'm going to be busy just kind of tweaking the position of all these and screwing them all down and connecting them all up. Put you back down on the AC unit here, but I don't know if you noticed, but there's cameras set up over there as well, keeping track of all the action, so we won't miss a thing. If you're wondering what I'm doing, hopefully you can hear me. I've just got some of this tape to put down. This side's sticky, this side's not. I'm just going to, where the little brackets are, clean underneath that, put down a piece of tape, and then screw down through that, and put a little bit of Dicor over the top. It's going to be fine. It's going to be sealed. Okay, that's 2 secured down. So just to summarize what I did, is that under each bracket, so you can see right there, under those brackets right there, the Z brackets, Z brackets, I put a piece of tape underneath the bracket. I know I didn't get that one lined up very well, but that's okay. It's underneath it. It's the screw part that really matters. So I put one on each bracket, and then I screwed it down, and then I did this one as well. I made sure the wire's sticking out a little bit so I can connect to it. And then the next thing I'll do later is I'll go back. Once I finish this whole side here, once I finish these 4 panels right here, I'll come back and I'll hit them up with the sealant on each screw head so that it's all sealed up nicely. So there'll be no water leaks. All right, so I'm gonna probably pause the video now at this point or stop it, and I'll cut back in later and show you when I've got these next 2 secured down. And look who came over to help me. Little Peachy. Hi, Peach. Did you come over to help me put all the solar on the roof? Did you come over to help me put the solar on the roof of the trailer? No, not really. Okay, well, thanks anyway. Now I know when I closed, or when I kind of paused for a minute, I said I was gonna do all this strip here and then do the Dicor and all that, but I decided no, I'll just do these. I'll finish these off. So I've sealed all of those 8 brackets and screw heads and everything on both sides, so those are all sealed, and then I can move on to the next 2 over here, and I'll probably actually move that one out of the way. But anyway, I might have to kind of jump back and forth between doing work on the top here, because these are much wider than these ones. I could easily kind of straddle over top of those and do the work. It's going to be much more difficult on those ones. So I'll probably have to move that last one out of the way a little bit so I can get around there. Or I'll have to jump down and bring the ladder around and get it from the other side. So that's it for now. And just letting the Dicor do its self-leveling thing, and that's all sealed up. There's just that connector there that I've got to connect up to the other panel. But I'll keep going and I'll cut back in later. So now we're up to 3. The two 100 watts, and now we've got a 200 watt panel installed and wired in series. And then I've got these little clips, clips right here to fasten them down. You can see I've got a clip there holding that part down, another one there, and then if I was thinking better, I would have ran this wire underneath, but I didn't. But I'll make sure I do for the rest of them. And anyway, I put a clip there to hold it down, and another clip just on the other side there. So with stuff there, so that should seal it all up. Should not be any problems with leaks. And yeah, that's 3 out of 7. So we're getting there. It's coming along better now. Now of course you got all the tools you need. You got the process going, and everything's going good now. So I'll keep going. Next one is that one over there. Might have to jump down for the those outside brackets. I'm probably going to have to climb down and put them on from the other side, from the ladder. Number 4 installed and all sealed up. There we got the two 100s back there, a 200 and a 200. So now I just got to put this one in the middle, and then I got 2 more to do. So I got three total to go. It's going pretty good now. Got some rhythm going here. So far, so good. Don't want to jinx it though. And as the song goes, another one bites the dust. So that is now officially 5 solar panels done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one, I guess, unfortunately, is always going to have a shadow on top of it with that big Wi-Fi antenna. I'm going to have to actually look in to see whether that's even really necessary anymore. Might say goodbye to that. I don't even know if anybody uses a Wi-Fi antenna anymore. Let me know in the comments if a Wi-Fi antenna is even necessary these days. Anyway, 2 more to go. 1 here and 1 in behind me here, just before the plumbing stack, the vent stack. And that's it. 2 more to go. And then put the wires down below. The wires are going to go, see where it's kind of hard to see. I'll move this, where the slide comes in. The wires got to basically go just down in between there and the slide, and because there's the entertainment system is basically right here inside. So I want the wire to go down right close to the slide, so the wire's kind of covered up and not as noticeable anyway, as much as possible. So anyway, there we go. 2 more to go. So far so good. That's number 6 installed, and we're up to to 6 solar panels installed out of 7. It's already connected. There's the wire for the next one in series. The next one is going to go here. So what I'm actually going to do is, because it's kind of handy to climb up the ladder and get onto the slide, I'm going to actually leave a pretty big space between here and the next one. That way I can get up on the slide, step onto here, and then I can go, that way. And I can also, up from the slide, get onto the front and go around there. And there's Danielle going to get the last solar panel. And I can get onto the front. I can get all the way over to the front. I can pretty much access all the panels one way or another. From that side of the slide, from the slide coming this way, and I'll have that space open, all in behind there will be open. I'll be able to get around and pretty much reach every panel for cleaning or inspecting or whatever is necessary. Alright, one more to go. Alright, the big moment has arrived. There's the last one installed. So we started over there. Got 2 100-watt panels connected in parallel. Then connected in series to those is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 200-watt panels. And then there's the 2 cables ready to go into the trailer to be connected up to the inverter eventually. So that's it. I just got to throw a few little connectors, little tie downs just along there. Put 1 or 2 along there just to secure the wire. But that's it for this putting down the solar panels. It all went pretty good. Alright, so I just finished kind of neatening up that cable there, just tied it down with a couple of straps and sealed those up. And we got it all done here. The only thing left to do is to install these 2 pass-throughs. So I'm going to have to go inside the trailer and drill up from inside so it pops up there, and then I'll know where to install those 2 pass-throughs there for the cable. So what I did is I just I capped off, plugged this hole here. So this one is going to be for the cell booster, which I'm going to install back there, and then this one here will be for the 2 wires, the red and the black wire, to pass through into the trailer. So yeah, all done. So I want to really thank Chris from @SaltyTrips for doing his solar and sharing some of his tips and tricks for what he did. That really helped me with what I was doing. Certainly gave me the confidence and the knowledge to be able to go ahead and slap as much solar as I could up here. It's a really small trailer. This is only a 23-foot trailer total 23 feet total from back to the front. Inside's probably 19 feet. So the actual roof here, I don't know, I didn't measure it, but that's all I could fit on there, and I connected them in series to get the extra juice, which I agree, get the higher voltage with the lower amps, and I put the 200 watts in parallel so that those would be basically compatible with the current of the other one. So that's the reason I did it, is because the current of the 200 watts each, let's say the current for each is about 4 amps, and the current for the 200 watts is 8 amps, we'll just say. So when I put the 200 watt solar panels in parallel, when I connected the 200 watt solar panels in parallel, that doubles the current. So that 4 watts of current now bumped it up to 8 watts of current. So now it's the same as the other ones, the other 200s. Because if you, it's the lowest amount is basically the bottleneck. So if I had connected everything in series, I would have reduced the overall current, the max current that the system could generate, to the lowest value, which would be 4 amps. So now it can go up to 8 amps. Well, it's higher than that, but you know what I'm saying. And then all the panels are connected in series, so that I'll be able to add up the voltage for them all. So I think it's about close to 180. It's going to be like 180, between 180 and 190 volts. And the current, I'm not 100% sure, but Anyway, just wanted to shout out to Chris at Salty Trips for helping me out. I appreciate it very much. All right, let's get you caught up here. It's been quite a bit of work done, and what I worked on, that is a cell booster. So I installed that at the back of the RV. In the middle is kind of the highest point I could get it. So that's all installed there, and cable secured. If we walk around here, I'll take you up the ladder. Boy, did it end up being a beautiful day here. Although I've been blasted by the sun for, I think, a little too long, but whatever. Okay, and when we get here, we can see the pass-throughs that have been installed. And I've got the red wire and the black wire, the positive and the negative from the solar. That's installed and goes down through the roof. And then I got the wire from the cell booster ran over through and into its own little pass through. And like I said, I plugged the other side. So those are all totally plugged up and sealed. Everything's Diconned heavily, of course, so we don't get any leaks. And that's it. The roof is done. I am done on the roof. I can now work on the inside and underneath to get the solar complete. So that's it for up top. I'll show you what's going on inside. Alright, now we're inside the trailer. So from the inside, what you can see here is the wires coming through the roof. We got the two solar wires, the red and the black, and we got the cell booster. Cell booster just hanging there. I got an extension piece for that, so I can run it wherever I need to. And then I got plenty of the red and the white. And then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in the very bottom there and run the solar out through the bottom of the trailer. Run it all the way across the trailer, all the way over into the front end, so that it can hook it up in through there. I said that's where the water pump is, but through onto the other side, that's where the front storage is and the inverter. Alright, that's it for today. I need to go have a shower, and I'll cut back in tomorrow to continue on with the solar. Good morning all. Today we're going to continue working on the solar. So we got everything done on the top. All the solar panels are installed. The cell booster is installed. So that's all the work today, or from yesterday. Today's work is going to be finish running the cables down through inside the trailer, out the bottom, then along underneath the trailer and up into the front. So let me just flip around here and show you. So from the top of the trailer, you might be able to see a little, there they are, the little pass-throughs up there. You can see the pass-throughs right there. So the cables come in there. Yeah, that's my thumb yesterday from all the work with the Band-Aid on it. Anyway, the pass-through, so the cables come down through the inside, and I'm going to drill a hole underneath the trailer so it comes out from underneath the trailer. Then I'm going to run the cables along underneath the trailer, and then they'll pop up inside here. It's locked right now, so I can't open that. The other thing I'm going to do is, as you could see, this is the, if you can see the light, the shadows there a little bit. But this is the type where it's got the extension cord inside. So I'm going to be cutting this extension cord off here. I'm going to actually also drill that, and it'll pull back, and there's a cavity inside the trailer. I'm going to cut the end off there, pull that back in. I'm also going to cut a hole from underneath here, and it's just wood floor. And then this is actually enclosed underneath. I don't know if I can show you from under here. Get my finger out of the way. So there's the dump there, but this part here is open, and then underneath it's all enclosed for winterization kind of thing. So at least I've got this distance from here to here that I can drill holes and you know, drill the holes in here, run the cables along the frame up to the front. But I'm gonna just cut that off. I'm gonna drop that line down through the floor, and then I'm also gonna run it over along here, and I'm gonna install, you can't see it I don't think from here, but on the inside there's the water pump and everything is here on the inside. The cabinet probably comes to about here. So I'm going to install a new plug. I'm going to run that cord all the way over here into the inverter, and then out of the inverter back over here into a new plug, which I bought over here off Amazon, of course. And I'm going to be installing this one onto it. And if I can open it up here with one hand. There we go. And it's just the regular old twist lock type, threaded on. And I'll be able to install that, and somewhere around here, although it might be in the house, I've got an adapter for a twist lock type. Alright, so that's still some of the stuff I have yet to install for the solar build. But today's job is going to be mainly running the power from the far side of the slide out along under and up into the garage, we'll call it. I don't know what they call it for travel trailers, but I know in RVs they call it a garage. But I'm going to install it up into there and into the inverter. So I'll get all set up for that and show you how that's coming along later on. I just went and grabbed the keys to open up the little storage area here, so it's a pass through. As you can see, there's the batteries installed. I don't think I showed you that the other day, but Danielle and I brought the batteries out and put them in here. You can see how massive they are. They take up so much room in here. But there's the batteries. That's not necessarily the final place that I'm going to install them, but that's where they are for now. And there's the inverter there. So I'll be running the cables along underneath here and then pop it up into here. That way I can install it right here. You can't really see it from here, but batteries go into this end. Solar panels here, power in, power out over on this end. So the cable from over on that end, I'm going to run it down underneath. It's going to pop up in here as well. It's going to go into the power in. Is that right? Am I thinking correctly? No, that's power out, sorry. It's going to go into the power out section. Then I'm really hoping there's enough extra cable that I can then take the extra cable, connect it to the power in, back, and then it'll go in through here, because back in behind here, if you look, there's a bit of a cavity back here up top. On the other side is where the water pump and everything is, and there's another extra cavity in there, and that's where I'm hoping that I'll be able to pop out onto this side, the cable to connect to pedestal and shore power, if you will. All right, so that's all the work. And then somehow I think I'm also going to mount a board here and have all my breakers and fuses and switches and everything on there, so that everything can connect up nicely to the inverter. I'll keep you up to date on how it's going. And as usual, I've got my little helper out here, Peachy, out here helping in her own special little way. Aren't you, Peach? Are you helping me? Nope. This is her version of help. All right. So, in full transparency, because that's really what I am all about, is I went into the, okay, first of all, I messed up a little bit. I messed up on the top of the roof here, which I'll show you in a second, but I'll set up the reason what happened. So I was doing what I was showing you guys. I was getting ready to think about drilling the hole down through the floor and running the wires along the trailer and into the front end. But I thought, well, you know what? Because I forgot to do this yesterday too. I forgot to check each panel before I installed it on the roof. You know, it's Renogy panels, you know. Oops, you can't see it, I'm looking the wrong way. It's Renogy panels, so they should be, you know, good quality and all that. And so I truly forgot to check them. I was just so focused on getting them up here and getting them installed, I forgot to check each panel as I installed it. So I went into the trailer this morning and I checked the wires that I popped in through the roof here. And I hooked up my voltmeter. And at first I had a little DC voltmeter and set it at 200, and it went off scale. I thought, okay, well, that's good. But I noticed there was a negative because I connected the black connector off the multimeter, connected to the black wire, and I connected the red connector off the multimeter to the red cable. And it was negative. I thought, why is it negative? So I switched it, and of course it became positive. So it went off scale, and I thought, okay, well, I'll go grab my other multimeter, which I should go higher. So I went and grabbed it, and I connected it again, black to black, red to red, and it read 210 volts, which is good, but negative. I'm thinking, what did I do? What did I do? What mistake did I make? Because generally I have to make at least one mistake, generally speaking. And so I thought, what the heck did I do? I connected it all in series, one after another. And you can't really screw that up because all the panels are pre-wired with the connectors on it, and they're all marked negative, positive, and it's all connects together. So you can't really mess that up, right? Well, guess what? So I went, why is that negative? I came up onto the roof, and I've already kind of started to fix it, but I'll show you what happened here. So as you remember, and some of you guys probably already picked this up on the video from yesterday, I had to make cable. I just had some wire. I just had this wire. I just had these wires here. Sorry, not that wire. I had these two wires here. I just had as no ends, right? Just wire. So I had to add connectors to it. So I was sitting up top of the slide here yesterday, sitting on here with that little toolkit, and I grabbed the wires and I put the ends on them, and I looked over at that one, which is red. You can see where the two panels are connected in parallel, both positives. That's a red parallel tie-in. I looked over there and I said, oh, I need the female end. So I grabbed one of the female connectors out of this kit here, and for some strange reason that I can't think of now, other than this was near the end of the day, and I have to admit I was extremely tired yesterday after doing all this work. I don't think I was thinking anymore because I was actually moving on. I wasn't staying in the present moment. I was already moving on and thinking about how I was going to drill holes through the roof, which, as anybody who owns an RV knows, that's kind of a pucker moment. That's kind of a butt pucker moment when you drill a hole through the roof. So I think I was already thinking ahead and not staying in the moment, and I used the black wire. So I had a black wire, which if you look back now on the video, you'll see that it was from red to black. And the black wire came and went along and into this spot. So this black wire was actually previously ran over to there. So I've already started the fix. I disconnected it. I had to unfortunately peel off the die core that I already put on there. Now you can see it's a total mess, but it is what it is. I have to fix it. I can't move forward not fixing it. So I've already started. I went and grabbed my extra red wire cable here, 15-footer, and I ran it properly now. So it's a red wire coming from the positive, red wire. It's going to come in, and then unfortunately what I got to do now is I have to cut this wire here and connect it into this wire. So that's now the positive, and then I'm going to have to cut this wire and connect it to this side here, so that then there's the negative, and then I'll just tuck it underneath here so that you won't see that red wire. But and then for me, I knew I'd have to flip it, but if we sell this down the road, somebody's going to get confused, wondering why the red wire is going into the negative terminal and the black wire is going into the positive terminal. Alright, so I'm just going to fix this, and then I'll cut back in and show you how it looks when it's done. Okay, we're back and we're all fixed up. So now you can see over there, it goes from red to red, all the way down, across, and into pass through. Then the black comes out and it goes to black. So now we've got it properly wired, and I went in and checked inside, and we've got 210 volts, and it's not negative this time when I connect the red to red and the black to black. So it's all fixed up. We got it wired down, it's connected, it's secured, it's leak tight, and we're done on the roof officially this time. Alright, well, I've been very busy. You can see here I've got the solar wires coming in to where the inverter is and the battery is, and I ran the wires all along here. You can see where it goes along there, and then all along back to where it came through. So just wanted to get you up to speed on where that is. I really wanted to show you the little bunny rabbit that was actually just basically right here with me, but he ran away. He didn't want to be. I got very close to him, like I had to have been probably about 5 feet away from him. He was just munching away. Maybe it's a girl, I don't know, but maybe next time he'll stick around. So I'm just working away. I'm going to secure the batteries in place. I've got some wood here and my jigsaw, and then I'm going to mount everything on this board here inside. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, just a quick update. I've got a board I'm putting up that I'll be able to mount all the breakers and whatever shunts and such. I did forget to show you. You can see one cable sticking out. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I did started to connect the batteries up back here. So you can see there I've got it's all going to be connected in series. So I get 24 volts out of these two 12-volt batteries, and just started that. So there's the wire coming out for that side, and I haven't connected on that side because I still have access. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now, and the batteries are all connected down, strapped down, so they'll stay put when we're driving down the road. Hit some bumps and they'll stay put right where they are. Everything should be good that way. So there we go. And I'm just going to keep on trucking, and I'll keep you up to date. Alright, so we have essentially wired up the batteries. They're also wired into the inverter, so that's all done. And just to make things super ooper duper safe, got it. The positive coming off the positive terminal over there into breaker, and then coming out of the other side of the breaker into the inverter, as you can see there, and then coming off the negative side of the terminal over here into a switch. So right now it's off, it's disconnected. The fuse, the breaker is tripped, and then off out of the other side of the switch goes into the Victron smart shunt, so one to the battery side, and then off the other side to the system, comes off and into the inverter, and then teeing off of the voltage, the battery voltage here, comes off and over into the positive side as well. So that's it for today. That was a big day, another big day, but the batteries are all connected, and tomorrow I'll probably hook up the solar, and then I'll actually be able to turn this on and check it out. I'll have the solar panels connected up to it, and can run that in, turn it on, and see if it'll charge up the batteries. That'll be kind of fun. That's it for today. All right, it's the next day, back at it again. Another beautiful day here in Nova Scotia, and back to working on the trailer again. So yesterday finished working on the batteries, getting the batteries connected up, although I've got the breaker and the switch turned off, so there's no power going anywhere. But they're hooked up, and then today's adventure is going to be hooking up some of the solar panels as much as I can. I've got the breaker for those, but I'm waiting on some parts to come in for that now. I had to order a few different parts. But oh, there's Danielle coming out. Put away the compost. But yeah, today's adventure is going to be working on the solar panels, wiring, and also the 30 amp cord coming from the trailer. And bring that along. Here, I'll show you what's going on. Let me flip around here. There we go. So I've got the cord all pulled out. You can see how long it's all there. Got the cord all pulled out of there. So I'm going to be cutting the, where is it? I'm going to be cutting the end off of there so that I can bring it all the way through. Bring it all the way back in. Drill a hole down through the bottom of the trailer and run that cord along the bottom of the trailer, and then pop it up inside of the front end of the trailer here. I just unlocked this from last night. Let's see which way it's got to go. There we go. There. So that's the way I left it last night. It was another long day. I was pretty tired, but got that all wired up for the battery. And then today it's going to be the solar cables you see here, the red and the black. And that's all wired now properly. So I'm going to get my tools and everything all organized, and I'll cut back in later to show you what's going on. I can't remember if I showed you this part or not, but that's where it comes in through the roof up at the top there. The black and the white cables, of course, is the solar panels, and then the other cable with the coax end, it's a cell booster cable. So they both come in there. Then I just brought them down, and they run down, the cables run down there, down to the bottom, and then out through the bottom of the floor. Then I took that panel off there, and that's where the extension cord is for the power. So that's pulled all the way out. So I'm going to have to drill a hole down through that floor, cut the end off the cable, pull that cable back through, and then feed it down through the floor, and then feed it along just like I did those two cables. Where's my finger? Those two cables there, fed those down underneath and down along the trailer. So those are the things I'm going to be working on. Oh, and then over here, this is where the water pump is, underneath here. So this is where the water pump is in here. And that's where I'm actually going to feed the power coming in. I'm going to install a new plug and put the power in there going to the inverter. So everything's looking good. And I broke down, guys, and I wasn't going to do it, but I broke down. I bought one of the Victron, what do you call it? The Victron GX touchscreen things. So I'll be able to monitor the what's going on with the trailer. Or what's going on with the trailer. What's going on with the trailer, of course, but what's going on with the solar and the power and all that good stuff. So just ordered that yesterday, so I'll have to wait for those parts to come in. But anyway, we'll see it coming together nicely. Okay, let me get you caught up, because actually quite a bit has happened, and I haven't been filming it all. And but the wiring is temporarily done. See, I've got a big backer board here, but I'm got a lot of space because I'm missing a few things, but I've managed to be able to wire it up temporarily, so it is completely wired. Even the new line coming in. So if you remember, this used to be on the other side of the slide. It was an extension cord that you pulled out. I actually, let's see, as you can see under here, the wires, the extension, that 30 amp cord comes all the way from way over there, comes through underneath here, and then pops up into there, right there. That's where it pops up into the trailer. So I still got to silicone all this, but I want to test it, make sure. And then, so I had plenty of cord, got myself lots of extra here. I don't think I'm going to need all that, but it got extra wired in. It's all wired in to where it needs to be. And yes, I used the ferrules, I think they're called. That was another Chris at Salty Trips. Highly recommend doing that, so I ended up buying that based on his recommendation. So everything has a ferrule on it. I think that's what you call it. Oh, except for those two grounds So I wasn't sure I'd be able to get those grounds. Excuse me. I wasn't sure I'd be able to get those grounds in there with the ferrules on them. But and then that ground goes down underneath and grounds out on the frame. All right, and then we've got the battery connectors in there, terminals. Those are connected as well. So everything's connected, and then from the power coming in, so from there coming in, comes in there, as you can see, comes through the wall right there, and that wire comes in, down, around, into this breaker. Everything's turned off right now, and then from the out of the other side of the breaker and into the panel. All right, so now it's going to be the moment of truth. I'm just going to stop for a second so I can do this safely without operating a camera, and I'll check back in, and you'll get to know if it's a success or a failure. Well, I would deem it a success of sorts, because so far everything is working except for, as you can see, I know I got a glare on here, sorry about that. We've got 119 volts coming in, or 119 volts coming in. It's showing it's got grid power. It's showing it has solar power. So that's really awesome, because I turned on the solar and everything. Got the solar breaker on down here. That's the breaker for the solar. That's the breaker for the AC in. That's the breaker for the battery, and the switch is on for the battery. So it's showing battery, it's showing grid, it's showing solar, but for some reason there's no power going out. So I don't know what's going on. I'll have to figure this out. So stay tuned. So there we go. For some reason I had to push the start button, or the on-off button again, and that kicked on the output part. The on-off button is just on the other side of here. You can't see it, but yeah. So now we got the line power coming in, so you can see down the bottom here, we've got the grid power coming in, we've got the solar power coming in, and it's going out to use the or it's got output going on. It's only using like just a fraction of the power. It's like, it doesn't actually tell you what it is, but you can see that little light bulb and the little graph showing 25% to 100%, and it's not even using probably 25%, but yeah. So anyway, so far so good. I'm pretty happy. It's working. It's powered up inside the trailer on AC, and but I've got both solar and the AC coming in. I'm not exactly sure which one it is, so I'm not exactly sure what one is prioritizing. I don't know what the flashing BP means. I have to look up the instructions a bit better. Yeah, we've got the solar breaker on, we've got the AC breaker on, but I did turn off the battery because I don't think it's set up properly for lithium. So there we go. Quick test. So far everything works. I'll basically do a little more research and homework, and come back and let you know, and if there's anything new for an update. But everything so far looks really good. All right, good morning everybody. It's kind of an overcast and rainy, cool. Everything went dark there for a second. It's kind of an overcast, dark, or overcast, gloomy, gray day here in Nova Scotia today. Oh, there's our little bunny friend. I didn't see him. There's a little bunny friend. Hi, buddy. You can keep eating. Don't mind me. I'm just doing my YouTube thing here. Anyway, what I wanted to show you guys is he's a pretty tame bunny for being a wild rabbit. Anyway, wanted to show you guys give you an update. It's been at least a couple of days now since I've had this installed and up and running, and sorry guys, it's just a little cover on my camera, keeps closing up. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys. So I got everything's turned on, the batteries are on, the breaker's set, the solar panels are on, the incoming utility is on. And actually I got a little box here. I'm sure you guys are all saying, gotta have those breakers in a box, gotta have those breakers in a box. So I got a box. I'll be able to put it there. Just haven't installed it yet, and just wanted to give you guys an update. So like I said, it's a very cloudy, gloomy day here. It's a bit cool too, and we've got her up and running. So 120 volts coming in, and 119 going out. And as you can see right now, it's not showing that it's taking anything from the grid. It's all solar and battery. There is not much running right now. Basically nothing's running right now. And I don't know if you can see it, but we've got the it's charging the batteries. And if I press this button here, you can see it's 60 hertz, and we've got 200 volts, almost 200 volts coming in from the solar. It's dropping as I say that, but that's pretty crazy, especially for such a gray day we got here today. So even with that, got 196, 197 volts coming in from the solar up top, so can't complain about that. So anyway, just a quick update. Just wanted to show you the setup and how it's coming along. I've got some parts coming on ours, so I've got lots of space up there and down there, and some parts are coming in today, so I'll give you an update when those are installed. And here we go. Actually, here's a little update on the solar for anybody who's interested. I actually turned off the power coming in, so we have no AC power coming in right now to the unit, and it's just on solar. The solar is on, the batteries are on, and we are running off of the solar. And it actually was charging the batteries a few minutes ago, but again, it's another very gray day here. But oh, there, we're charging again. So we're charging the battery, and we're operating. All I've got in there right now is just the fridge on. That's all that's running inside. So the solar, even on a gray, cloudy day like today, not only is it running all the systems here that's, you know, relevant to what you see in the garage, but it's also running the fridge, keeping the fridge cold, and any other systems inside there that need any bit of power, which probably isn't much, but yeah, it's charging the batteries and it's running the thing all off of solar on a gray, cloudy day. Anyway.